Right guys, welcome back to the channel, and I thought I'd do this little bit of a close-up video as I tend to get a few questions and compliments about the grotesquerie that you see is run on the channel, and I just wanted to talk about them. You may have seen them in the first ever video that I did for the channel back when I was a nervous blubber and wreck. So yeah, I thought I would show you a little bit about these. Now you may notice none of these are actually the Games Workshop Grotesque models, but I think they actually look a hell of a lot better. So let's talk you through what I've actually got. First of all, the parts that you see are mainly from spare bits from a Talos kit. All the bits I actually got from a single Talos kit. I've only actually bought one Talos new, and I built the Kronos with it. And all the bits that I've added onto these are the spares that I've got. You'll even see a couple of other random bits and pieces as we go through. So this guy here is actually a Blood Island Rat Ogre, and I was donated this guy from Phil. So Phil, thank you very much. And as you can see there, we've got the scythe on his arm, just back to front, from the Talos arm kit. On the top here, we've got one of the back pieces off the Talos. Like I said, I built mine as a Kronos, and I didn't use the bone piece, so I've used that. You've got the particle, I want to say caster, from a Necron Praetorian, and of course the jump pack piece on there as well. It is a Rat Ogre, like I said, but then all I've done is I've chopped the head off and put one of the Talos masks on there instead, and of course covered him in blood, because why not? The skin tone on my Grotesque, you may know, is a lot paler and bluer than the standard one. When I painted me Cabalites and things up, I wanted a very pale, sort of vampire-esque skin tone to represent, you know, very low to minimal light in Comora. So that's why I've gone for the lighter blue tones. The next two are actually Chaos Spawn, again with the Grotesque, with the Talos head on there, and obviously you may recognise that as one of the arm pieces. We've got some spikes, and a lot of it's still kind of Spawn stuff. We've got a back piece off a Necron, and you may recognise that. That is an old school Necron Wraith tail. So yes, and that is one of the arms from the Talos there as well. So that was a Chaos Spawn. I managed to pick two of them up second hand for less than a tenner, and obviously a few bits on there, and we've managed to make some Grotesque. This guy, I'm not sure where that hand is from. It was in my bits box. We've got a Tyranid Rending Claw on there, and obviously the scythe from the Talos kit as well. On the top, on his back, we've got, I think that is I want to say Gauze Blaster that the Immortals carry. But yeah, this guy, unfortunately, I didn't have another mask, so I've actually just used an Ogre head. You know, Grotesques are made from almost anything, so don't think he looks out of place at all. I do use Urian Rakarth in the Grotesquerie, as I think, you know, immediately having both of them as fearless, because he grants the power from pain to within 12 inches, plus he's toughness 5, and he can dish out quite a punch himself anyway. 3 wasn't enough though, and obviously to run a Grotesquerie you need 2 units of 3, so I've got these guys here, and these guys are built from fantasy, I want to say Vargeist or Crypt Ghouls or Horrors. I don't know which one it is, but it's the ones with wings on the front. So yeah, obviously I didn't use the wings, but the poses are quite a lot nicer than the standard Grotesque, I feel. So again, we've just used a normal Talos kit on there, and you know, the bones and the nails going through just kind of fit in, I feel. The arm that we've used here is actually a Demon Prince arm, and of course we've used one of the tails off the Talos there on his arm, as well as one of the back pieces there with the bone and the canisters and things on, as well as a couple of the arms when I can get it to focus. There we go. So yeah, and then I've done pretty much the same with the other guys as well. So this one here, again, just putting the Talos head on there, using a liquefier gun. I don't always use the liquefier gun, but it's handy to have, and it just adds a little bit more. And obviously we've got the chains there from the chain flail on the Talos, and he actually has bones sticking out of his back and anything anyway. And again, another piece just from the Talos kit, and obviously the bones and nails poking through there, all just really tie in quite well. And then we've got the last one, again, Talos mask, got the bones and everything. He has a bit of a slab in his hand, and I just thought, yeah, why not, we'll leave it, it doesn't look bad. But there, we've used one of the chain flails on his hand. Again, and on his back we've stuck the canisters in, the little bits of sides and arms poking out, and again the bones you can see poking straight up out of his back as well. And I just think they look fantastic as Grotesques. And like I said, a lot of people ask me where I get them from, but that's where I get them from. A few conversions and a few bits and pieces. I actually sent Nick B 2 rat ogres. I didn't feel I needed any more, plus I tend to run them in raiders, and you can only fit 3 and a homunculus in raiders. So that's a bit closer look at me Grotesques. I hope you've enjoyed it, and let me know what you think of them, guys.